This is Cherrapunji, high in the mountains of Meghalaya. It's a place of incredible beauty, famous for its waterfalls and deep, mist-filled valleys. But that same geography makes it a landscape of sudden drops and hidden dangers. When Raja and Sonam Raghuvanshi arrived here for their honeymoon, they were stepping into total isolation. And then the silence began. The couple simply vanished. When their families couldn't reach them, local authorities started a search. The initial working theory was simple and grim. In a place this wild, the newlyweds had likely lost their footing in the fog and suffered a tragic accidental fall. The environment is so treacherous that a disappearance here carries its own built-in explanation. It was a believable cover for a presumed natural tragedy. The story actually began hundreds of miles away in Indore. Here, traditional arranged marriages are governed by strict family expectations and public reputation. On the surface, Raja and Sonam's wedding was a success. Their families were happy, the rituals were observed, and the couple appeared ready to start a new life together. For their honeymoon, they left that structured world behind, driving deep into the winding, remote roads of the Northeast. Because the marriage looked so conventional and the trip seemed so routine, the families had no reason to imagine a darker motive behind the lack of contact. The search eventually ended at the base of a deep ravine, where police discovered Raja's body. But the medical examiners noticed something wrong. Raja's body didn't just show signs of a fall. There were specific injury marks and blunt force trauma that suggested he had been attacked before he ever went over the edge. The mystery grew when police realized Sonam was missing from the site entirely. The search intensified, now fueled by the fear that she had been kidnapped by her husband's killers. Those forensic details changed everything. The tragic accident was now officially a murder investigation. Since the physical jungle wasn't giving up any more clues, investigators turned to the couple's digital footprints. Cell tower logs revealed a strange pattern. Throughout the honeymoon, Sonam's phone was constantly pinging a single, unknown number outside her family circle. That number belonged to Raj Kushwaha. Sonam wasn't just checking in with family, she had a secret, pre-existing connection. The log showed they were in constant contact, coordinating their movements while Raja was still alive. The frequency of these calls suggested a level of coordination that made an abduction unlikely. If Sonam was being held by force, she wouldn't have been able to maintain a steady, multi-day stream of outgoing communication with a single contact. The data shifted the focus entirely. The grieving widow was now the prime suspect in her husband's death. This forced a re-examination of the entire honeymoon. It looked less like a romantic getaway and more like a setup. In Cherrapunji, the vertical cliffs and dense fog provide the perfect tactical advantage. It's a place where a body can be hidden, or a crime can be blamed on the terrain with very few witnesses. The prosecution's theory is that Sonam used this isolation to lure Raja to a secluded spot where an ambush was waiting. As the digital evidence tied her closer to the crime, Sonam realized the search had turned into a manhunt. Shortly after, she surrendered to the authorities. The natural beauty of the region had been weaponized to carry out a premeditated conspiracy. The motive appears to be a collision of worlds, the external pressure of a traditional arranged marriage versus the internal desire to be with someone else. When societal expectations make a divorce or a refusal feel impossible, some people see extreme violence as their only path to a different life. Sonam and her co-conspirators are currently facing the legal consequences of that choice as the case moves through the court system. The case is a stark contrast between the bright promise of a wedding day and the dark reality found at the bottom of a cliff. We rely on rituals and photographs to judge the health of a relationship, but as this case proves, beautiful surfaces can hide